Good evening, guys. We're back with Integrity Conversations. And tonight, we're going to have a conversation about the integrity of group participation. What does that look like? This is not going to be a long one tonight. It's going to be short, sweet, and powerful. First off, how many of you watching this, listening to this, how many of you belong to a group, a club, a church, an organization where there are a set of expectations by a membership board, by the people that are part of the group, and they create these rules and structures to support the group and the organization. Now, my question to you is, how is your participation? Are you a person that just sits on the bench, watches? Are you a person that is stepping up, stepping into the game, taking on a particular place in the game, contributing to the movement of the group as a whole? Or are you a victim inside the group? Are you somebody that is sitting there going, well, I wish I could. I wish that was me. Blah, 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 blah. Or are you the person that is sitting there being a complainer that does nothing, but sits there and complains like you know better? In fact, your view, why aren't they listening to you? And I find this particularly interesting around sporting events, watching some people sit in their seat and they think they can coach the players and produce better results than the coaches themselves. And they go, look, how could you be such a fool to do that? How could you make that mistake? How could you get angry at another player? Why did you get in a fight? Why did you do this? And yet nobody, or very few people, sit back and go, wow, the pressures that they are under, what they're dealing with, the level that they are expected to play at if it's a team, to produce at if it's a member of a group, or even, and watch how many people react to this. Look in the mirror if you're one of them. When I say this, our president. How many of you really think you know what it's like to be in his shoes? Case in point, think of the number of presidents that when they take office have colored hair, and at the end of their presidency, their hair is gray. Interesting thought. Somebody brought, a hair salon person brought that up to me a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, wow, stress can really do a number on a person. Now, as you notice, I'm not talking about any political affiliation here. Left, right, center, I'm not interested in that. I'm just saying, think about what it takes to be sitting in that seat. Whether they got there, you don't agree with how they got there, you don't agree that they're not impeached, any of them, any of these reasons. Why is this person a teacher? They shouldn't be a teacher. Why is this person a coach? They shouldn't be a coach. And yet, if I were to stand there and point to you and say, well, Why aren't you teaching? Why aren't you running for office? Why don't you try being the president? You will all have an excuse of some kind. Now, there might even be some of you that have an excuse like mine. You weren't born in this country. It's not a possibility. The question is, how does each of us make a difference? How can each of us step up, create a new level of integrity in group participation? And what does that look like? Well, I invite you to get interested in the people that are in the group that you're in. Ask them. Ask their thoughts about, look, perhaps I'm not seeing it. How can I contribute in a different way that will make a difference for this group? How many of us really step up? How many of us know the rules of the group? Know the direction, the goal, the vision, the mission? How many of us know those things about the groups that we participate in and with? How many of you are loving and being grateful to the leaders that are participating just like you are in the groups around you? Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not excited about our governor. I'm not excited about everything the president has done. Do I have my points of view, pros and cons? Yes, of course I do. When it comes to the state of Minnesota, am I looking for ways to make a difference? I am. I'm in communication with one of our senators on a regular basis and sharing my point of view. How are you making a difference? Or, once again, are you being a victim, sitting there complaining, putting hate mail out into social media, hating other people's posts, putting people down? It's very easy to sit with a pen or with a keyboard and type up our displeasure, our vile, vitriol-filled complaints. How many of you are doing the integrity work to make a difference in a profound way that actually restores integrity to the groups that you belong to? Well, wanted to poke a little, have a little fun, have you look in the mirror. My coach is having me do the work in my groups and how I'm participating. Therefore, I pass it on down the line. If anybody has any questions or concerns or thoughts, send me a message. Do me a favor, though. When you write comments to anybody's post, not just mine, but anybody's posts, if you don't have something good to say, perhaps you should say nothing at all. Perhaps if you have something negative to say, perhaps pick up the phone, call that person, rather than blast it on social media, standing safely behind the line where you can't get hurt or have a good debate. It's safe sitting behind the keyboard. Perhaps it's time for you listening right now, you, yes, you, to take a stand, make a difference, step up. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time, the 10 minutes that you gave to this video, and whatever time you give for the commenting. I love you all, and God bless.
Coaching with Les has doubled my practice.
If you have any struggles in your business or your personal life, Les is your guy.
He's logical, he's empathetic, he has passion for helping people, and his ideas are genuinely thoughtful.
So if you're looking for a business coach with integrity, choose Les Hill.